Have you ever walked through a town square late at night, when the last shop has pulled down its shutters, the traffic has faded to a distant hum, and the only light comes from the weak, buzzing glow of the street lamps? You feel that strange, peaceful emptiness. But you're not entirely alone, are you? Because the statues are still there, silent, watching exactly where they've always been. At least that's what we tell ourselves. Every town has one. It might be a weathered soldier from a forgotten war, a stern-faced founder pointing towards a future that never quite arrived, or maybe an angel with stone wings streaked black by years of rain. There's often a figure that no one really remembers commissioning, and no one questions anymore. It's just part of the scenery. During the day, pigeons use them for target practice, and kids treat their pedestals like a personal playground. They're landmarks, photo ops, meeting points. But after midnight, when the lights are low and the square belongs to no one, the truth begins to leak through the cracks in the stone. It's a truth whispered in the quiet corners of the town, a story passed down by those who work in the shadows. Old maintenance workers, the ones who've swept these same cobblestones for decades, will tell you that the statues were never meant to be simple memorials. They'll say they were positioned deliberately, aligned with streets that no longer exist and buildings that were torn down for reasons that were never officially recorded. It's almost as if they're pointing to a ghost of the town that once was, and it gets deeper. Local archivists, the kind of people who live for dusty records and faded ink, have stumbled upon unsettling patterns. While digging through old city records, they found names that have been mysteriously erased. People who vanished from history after riots, hushed-up executions, or sudden disappearances. And here's the chilling part. Those same names, those forgotten souls, have been found faintly carved into the foundations of the statues, hidden deep beneath the surface where no one ever thinks to look. It's as if the statues aren't just commemorating the town's history, but secretly recording its darkest secrets. The night watchmen know. The ones who patrol the empty streets hear things. They report the sound of grinding stone, a low, grating noise that echoes through the silence, followed by an unmistakable, prickling sensation of being watched. Not just by one pair of eyes, but from every direction at once, even when the square is completely, utterly empty. It's a feeling that makes the hair on your arms stand up. They check their security feeds, but the cameras glitch at just the right moment. Motion sensors trigger for no apparent reason, flashing alerts into the void. If you were brave enough to stay out there long enough to really watch, you'd begin to notice it too. It's a small, almost imperceptible changes. The statues aren't always facing the exact same direction they were at sunset. The soldier's arm, once pointing straight ahead, is now angled slightly to the left. Founder's head, once looking down in contemplation, is now tilted just enough to suggest it's listening to something you can't hear. These aren't just tricks of the light or your imagination playing games in the dark. It's a slow, deliberate shift. The oldest, most persistent legend in these towns claims that the statues weren't placed to honor heroes, but to act as guardians, or maybe jailers. The story goes that they were strategically placed to imprison something ancient and terrible beneath the square itself. Something that feeds on memory and silence. Something that needs witnesses, needs the hustle and bustle of daily life to stay asleep. Think about it. When the lights are on, when people are laughing and talking as they pass through, it remains dormant, held in check by the collective energy of the town. But when darkness settles, when the streets are deserted and the town collectively forgets about the silent watchers in its center, the statues remember their purpose. They shift, they listen, they guard. And sometimes, in that eerie hour just before dawn, residents who live on the edge of the square swear they hear it. Footsteps. But not human footsteps. It's a slow, deliberate, heavy sound. The sound of stone on stone, circling the perimeter of the square. It's as if the guardians are walking their ancient patrol, making sure that whatever is buried beneath never realizes that the town above has grown quiet enough to finally hear it breathe. So the next time you find yourself in an empty town square at night, take a moment. Look at the statues. Really look at them. And ask yourself, are they just stone and metal? Or are they the only thing standing between our peaceful, sleeping town and the silent, waiting darkness below? Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, Be sure to subscribe for more tales from the shadows. Stay curious.